All right, today's the day we are going to move the timbers for the timber truss. So we're up early. We're gonna run over to a buddy's house, grab his truck and trailer, and then we're gonna go down and pick up these timbers. It's about 100 miles. We're gonna have to transport them down the freeway and up to the cabin build. So should be interesting. Haven't ever driven a 32-foot long timber down the road before, so let's go see how this goes.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. That is an awesome trailer. Here we are rolling into Whole Oaks Lumber in Monroe, Oregon. And they cut some pretty massive beams. You'll see some of the ones next to the road are probably close to 2 feet by 2 feet by 30 feet. And it's one of the few mills in Oregon that'll still take the really large timbers. And I noticed in the office they had a sign up that said they do offer tours. All you have to do is call and make an appointment. And so that's definitely on my to-do list as soon as we get the roof on the place. And hopefully we can make a short video of how a lumber mill of this size works with these large timbers. So just an incredible place, and I'm sure the tour is gonna be well worth it. So check it out if you're in the area. These are our beams, massive biggies. So coming up on the right here with his flashers on is the guy who was loading up before us. And the forklift loaded on a pretty good load of probably 8 by 8 by 30 footers onto his trailer, and we watched it squat down quite a bit, and we thought, wow, that's a big load. But then the forklift turned around and grabbed another slightly smaller load and stacked it on top. And so here we can see the guy pumping up some tires, and we sure hope he made it, because it's a pretty big load to be hauling with a truck and a trailer of that size. No, they're a little longer, I think. Careful, that one moves.
Yeah, right on my toe.
Somewhere right there. Yeah, right there. Or an 8-inch post, so nothing's gonna line up anyways. All right, today is the day. Today is truss assembly day, and we are going to be putting the truss together. And this morning we used the digger to pick up the larger pieces, assemble them into the triangle shape we wanted, use a chainsaw to cut the angles. And I think we finally got it dialed in. So now we are bolting on the plates, the big metal plates you've seen me cut on the plasma table, and then you've seen me painting. So now we're getting to actually put those into use, and I'll show you what we got going there so far. So on this end, you can see we got this plate assembled. This is going to be the inside of the truss facing in towards the deck. And this outer plate over here is the one that goes outside the post, and that'll be facing down the hill. You can see all the bolts we got ran through what we did. Sorry, I got a bit here. We ended up using one of these auger style drill bits and drilled a little bit through from each side. So we'd drill in some from the top and then drilled some up from the bottom, and where the holes would meet, the bolt bit would just kind of self-align and line up. We tap the bolts through, put nuts on them, and it's pretty much good to go. Now we're getting ready to do the same on this other corner. So down here we got this plate positioned, and we're going to be drilling those. The way I did the other ones, I drilled a couple holes all the way through and then bolted on the bottom plate first. Got that, get them both aligned, and then went back and drilled the rest of the holes. So we're going to set it up on a little time lapse and take you along for the ride. We'll see how it goes. One issue we've been having, of course it's blazing hot today, but our little drill is working really hard, and it gets super hot drilling these holes. So we drilled the other ones and we gave it about an hour in the shade to cool off. Now we're gonna drill these, so we'll see if it makes it. A lot more holes to go, so I'm hoping we can nurse it along because I don't have another drill. But anyways, real excited with the progress, and I think we're gonna have a functioning truss maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. Anyways, follow along and see how it goes. Alright, so we marked the ends of these cross diagonal pieces, and now we're going to use a chainsaw to cut them off at a 45, and then we'll fit it into the truss over here, and just like this other one, and figure out the last angle. So this is the last one. Hope we don't screw it up. Precision cutting tools. Alright, that's one side. There it is. Perfect. Yeah. In this clip here, we've got all the truss brackets bolted on except for the one at the peak. And the peak one's giving us some trouble because the peak is resting on a stack of plywood and we can't get the bolts up when it's laying flat on a piece of plywood. So we're using the digger here to lift it up and tilt it so we can get to the underside of the peak to drill the holes through and finish up the last bolts to hold this truss together. All right, we're wrapping up another week on the cabin build, and it's been a pretty productive week. As you saw, we got the truss assembled and put together, and actually yesterday we got it put up. Now I did a YouTube fail and we were so rushed and busy that I didn't get a camera set up to record the action. Lucas got a little bit of it on here, so I'll show you a little bit of the forklift carrying the truss around. I'm not sure how we would have gotten that up here without the neighbor's forklift. I had some ideas, but luckily we didn't need them. Luckily it just all worked out great. So here, let's get a look at our truss. So you can see here we got it all bolted down onto the post. Got some temporary bracing just holding it there until we get the roof rafters on, and then it's bolted down over there as well. The other big accomplishment this week was getting up the ridge beam. The loft is all framed and sheeted, and then the last gable is all framed. So we actually have a pretty good outline of a house. Let me give you a look from the inside at the ridge beam. Kind of see it up there. It comes right off the top of the gable. It's a 5.5 by 18 glue lam. It's 26 feet long. The engineer actually calls out another post coming right up here in the middle, so I need to measure and get that installed as well. But yeah, it's coming along really well. We made a lot of progress. Next time we get back on this project, we're going to be working on rafters. So, it's getting late in the year and we got to get the roof on. So everything's just a push to get the roof on. So we're going to put up rafters and hopefully sheeting the roof next time, and maybe wrapping it with some sort of waterproof barrier in case it does rain a little bit on us. But yeah, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.